I have been lucky to work with Hammarby Sjöstad project since 1997, and I have been take part of the project as a sort of member by the planning architects working for the city. So Hammarby is very much planned and organized by the city, but in discussion and dialogue with the private and other actors in the area. Tengbom Architects has also been happy to design 4 or 5 different residential projects in the area, because we do a lot of residential designs all over. And we have also designed the environmental center in the area, which is also the visitor center for Hammarby Sjöstad. So we have been lucky to work with Hammarby for several years and several roles. Hammarby Sjöstad is an eco-friendly area, of course. And I think the basic reason behind this is the strong infrastructure, how to deliver district heating. We have had district heating systems in Stockholm since 1953. That's one part. So, I mean, a town, a city can be a consumer of energy, for instance, but someone has to produce it, and you have to do it, organize it also in the administration for the city. So 3 out of 4 apartments or units in Stockholm is connected to the district heating system. And that's very important, because 70% of the district heating is produced with renewable sources. And also electricity, which is not a part of Hammarby project, but it's very, very important for the carbon dioxide situation. 48%, I think, of the electricity in Sweden is produced by renewable sources, which is basically water power. And if you add that to an area and make the buildings a little bit better, that they are not consuming so much energy, then you got a very good average situation. And also you can add a garbage collection system, which is automatic, and it's also just sorting the garbage into fraction, and you can use one fraction to produce district heating and electricity in a suburb of Stockholm. And we're also using heat pumps for producing district heating into the area. So we have a district heating plant in the area since many years, but still, and also producing district heating for other parts of the city besides Hammarby. So it's a net of different solutions weaved together. The city is running the project, is owning the land from the beginning, organizing the development and the planning, and also investing money in infrastructure. And that is basically cleaning up, buying land, cleaning soil, streets and parks. Could be other things, but mostly that. The other part of the infrastructure is invested by different companies, energy company, water company, or whatever it is. And so they are not paid by the city, they are paid by the people living in the area. And altogether, the city estimates the investments in the area to 4.5 billion euro, and the share of the city is €500 million. So the city is investing more than it gets back in an early stage, but the city is selling some of the land and have a leasehold system for some of the sites, and got money back for many years. And also to have a good area with not so many other costs in the long run. I think the sort of business for the city is on plus, but on investment in the area is on minus. And hopefully there will be happy taxpayers for many years. So I think it's good for the city of Stockholm. For Hammarby Sjöstad we have had like 6 different environmental goals. It's about better land use, it's about transportation and traffic, it's about polluted soil, it's about energy use, waste collection, water and sewage treatment, and also better buildings with good materials. For the project we have a sort of living master plan that we are developing all the time after we got new ideas and new actors in the process. And we organize the job in that way. We have statutory plan, formal plans, areas containing, let's say, 8 or 9, 10 blocks together, and we make a pre-reservation for developers. So we could be like 8 developers engaged in one area, and they hire their architects, and then we have a meeting process discussing how this area is going to be designed. It's a detailed process, but it's working very much with consensus. It's sort of interactive process between the different groups involved with the process. And hopefully it ends up with a good physical result in the end. It was a project organization that was established in the development administration and city planning administration. So it was a special, you can say, a crew working with this. It was 4 planning architects, a traffic planner, an environmental specialist, landscape architect, and development engineers. So it was about a dozen people from the beginning. And then the organization was extended with people working with the implementation also and budget issues. So it was a part of what we are calling an integrated planning organization with different disciplines working together close. And it was from the beginning also a dialogue with the private sector, with the developers that were going to be involved in the project and their architects and planners also. So it's very important to have a dialogue between different competences and find a consensus about design issues. When we started, or when the city started the Hammarby planning, we have no discussion about carbon dioxide problems. And I think when we are going further with coming projects, I think we have to deal more with the energy production and use for the different areas. Other things that we hopefully can inspire with from Stockholm and Hammarby is the sort of family-friendly design where we can live a little bit more dense. We can have to live in apartments and apartments blocks as an alternative for families besides living in single houses. And also how to organize the infrastructure, the support for the area in a large scale, because when it comes to energy use, district heating, garbage system, it gains for a large scale solutions. They will be more effective. What we mean with family friendly is have maybe a little bit more generous apartments, have a good outdoor space connected to the apartments, have good storage in the apartments, and also organize the apartments around staircases and the buildings organized around courtyards, and the blocks organized and connected between parks, and have also a traffic safe approach to the area. So we try to organize blocks in enclaves working for a little bit bigger family-friendly area. Most of the credits for the job with Hammarby Sjöstad that's had to be given to the city planning administration and the development administration of Stockholm. But all this work has been done in dialogue with other actors, private or public. If there is one person that should be mentioned more than others, I would say Jan-Inge Hagström. He was a planning architect working for the city who started with the project in the early 90s. Tragically, he died 2.5 years ago, suddenly. But he has been the most important single person for the project, and he has been the visionary for the urban design of Hammarby Sjöstad.